Depo Talk, Depo Talk. Another topic broken down on Depo Talk. Wonder what it could be. Let's check in with Jan and Rosalie.
Welcome to Depo Talk with Veritext principals Jan Ballman and Rosalie Kramm. Each episode looks at a deposition or proceeding-related topic of the day through the lens of two industry veterans with over 80 combined years of experience. And now, without further delay, we are on the record. Take it away, Jan and Rosalie.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Depo Talk. I'm Jan Ballman, and I'm coming to you from frosty Minneapolis.
And I'm Rosalie Kramm, and I'm coming to you from, well, lately it's been rainy San Diego.
I guess it can't be sunny every single day, Rosalie, but guess what? It's February and love is in the air. As well, there's still excitement and momentum lingering in the atmosphere from National Court Reporting and Captioning Week, the 5 days of each year when we shine a bright spotlight on the profession many have never heard of. And collective efforts are made to get others to fall in love with court reporting and captioning, just like we have, Rosalie.
Yes, last week we saw initiatives coming from people all over the country on social media, publications showcasing court reporting. And, Jan, I wish every month could have a court reporting and captioning week.
Well, it would be very impactful, wouldn't it? And actually, it's a great point. One I thought we could maybe break down today on Depo Talk, because essentially, Court Reporting and Captioning Week, or CRCW as we know it in the business, is an awareness campaign. And it is proven to be super effective because it actually does generate a lot of curiosity and a lot of interest in court reporting and captioning as a career over the course of this 1 week of the year, which is exactly what the profession needs. In order to stay healthy and relevant, we need a continuous influx of new blood into the industry to combat our greatest enemy. And let's just take a look for a minute at what I mean by our greatest enemy and why we need Court Reporting and Captioning Week every year to shine a bright light upon it.
There's a crucial aspect of the legal system that's facing shortages across the country right now: court reporters.
We're talking about court reporters, and there is a shortage of them.
The lack of court reporters in the Texas judicial system.
A shortage of court reporters. A shortage of court reporters.
To help relieve the shortage,
The local court reporter shortage.
But how about a need for more court reporters?
There's a nationwide shortage of stenographers.
Mississippi has a shortage of court reporters.
There aren't enough court reporters.
Shortage of court reporters.
Court reporter shortage.
Court reporting not only exists, it's in high demand right now.
Wow. And that's the news all over this country.
And it's 100% true. This esteemed career of court reporting and captioning is in high demand. And we just need more people to continuously over and over choose court reporting and captioning as the career of their choice if we want to survive as a profession. Unfortunately, most people, they just don't understand what we do and how we've embraced technology and how we've evolved to stay relevant. And that's what CRCW is all about. Creating that awareness of what we do around the roles we play both in the judicial system and in opening windows of communication for the deaf and hard of hearing communities. And as much as all that, CRCW is about creating awareness around the great need we have and the wonderful opportunity that exists for more to join us in this great profession. So Rosalie, it just begs the question, why can't we take the momentum we create every February around Court Reporting and Captioning Week and keep that going strong all year round?
Jan, I think it's imperative that we not just talk about this for 1 week out of the year, but talk about it all year long, every month. And like I said, I wish every month could have a Court Reporting and Captioning Week so that we could showcase the most, in my opinion, the best profession on the planet.
Let's talk about how we could possibly do that. I'm betting just about everyone watching this can say that court reporting or captioning has been an absolutely phenomenal career on many levels. And it's provided countless amazing opportunities and many memorable and poignant moments. Every court reporter or captioner could easily call up their assignments that have just stand out as being incredible opportunities and moments in time. And so how easy would it be to just pick one of those levels or opportunities or moments and just talk about it, just get it out there, create the awareness for the profession, not just, like I said, this 1 year, but every not just this 1 week out of the year, but every week out of the year.
Yeah, it's actually not that difficult creating opportunities to talk about the best profession on the planet, court reporting.
And I know a lot of our colleagues probably took advantage of Veritext's complimentary webinar that happened on February 6th. To be exact, there were over 430 of our colleagues out there who logged in to get some great ideas from our colleagues on the VPAC, which stands for Veritext Peer Advisory Council, as we affectionately know it within our company, around ways to showcase our profession. And there were some really incredible and innovative ideas, I thought, provided by our partners, Andrea Wecker in our Idaho office, Christy Pratt up in Canada, and Karen Hart in our Virginia office. They gave some great ideas. I thought we could highlight a few of those, as well as throw in a few of our own in terms of how we can keep a bright light of awareness shining on this profession all year round. Are you up for breaking that down, partner?
Let's do it.
All right, just throw out your favorite. What's one great way to keep this awareness going year round?
One thing that actually organically happened, that I've had this opportunity, going to high schools, junior high schools, job fairs. I had a teacher contact me. He found me off Google and asked me to come to his criminal justice classes and talk about court reporting. He wanted to introduce students to the different roles that there are in a courtroom. And so I said, sure, why not? And I went over there, and basically I started at 8 in.the.morning and spoke to every class, 6 classes. And it wasn't difficult at all. I didn't have to study, because who knows court reporting better than a court reporter? And I just put the real time on his board and showed them my word count. I showed them steno and just gave them the basic idea of what a court reporter does. I told them stories about the amazing depositions I've done, how I've gotten to travel around the world. And it's interesting because the students are not messing around looking at their phones or looking bored. They are watching me, and they are interested. And so subsequent to that, he's asked me to come every class, every semester, to talk to his classes for the last 4 years. And because these students were so enthralled with what I was talking about, I contacted a cousin who works at a different high school in San Diego, and they also have a criminal justice program at that school. And she asked, hey, would you like a speaker to talk about court reporting to your students? Why not? So next thing I know, I'm at another high school talking class after class after class, just getting people to start thinking about court reporting as a career at a high school level. And I tell them, you don't need a college degree to become a court reporter. So it's something to think about. And even if it's something that you don't want to do personally, maybe you know someone, you have a friend, a brother, a sister that is interested in doing something different. Maybe you know someone who's a gamer, because we found that people are gamers. People who do really great when it comes to video games are natural court reporters. So that's how I have been finding the opportunity to just open people's eyes as to what we do, how we do it, and what a wonderful profession with so much opportunity there is out there.
That's a great idea. And we all have high schools around us. They all have career days. We talked about how if one person does it, like you have, times how many classes have you spoken with, times 4 years, what an impact that's made one person. So again, I mean, I made up my mind in high school to go to court reporting school after I graduated. So I think it really is a demographic that we could spend a lot of time focusing on with regard to recruitment. As well, if you are one of the states that's lucky enough to have a brick and mortar court reporting school, I would just throw in that it'd be a great idea to contact that program and just reach out and ask what you can do to support them, support their efforts. Even as, if it's as simple as just visiting, we routinely will stop by with, have a pizza party, feed them, just talk to them, give them encouragement. I think, it's really hard to gauge the impact we can have on these students who are oftentimes, struggling to get through the program. We know it's not an easy program to get through. That's a great tip. Do you have another one for us, Rosalie?
Sure. All right. I think a lot of court reporters probably have an old steno machine, maybe in their garage or in their house, and they've upgraded to something new and more technologically fancy. So I suggest putting it out there, for instance, maybe on Instagram or Facebook, and say, hey, I have an extra steno machine, an old steno machine that I'd like to donate to a school or to a student. And, thinking about it, why not only put that steno machine, of being available on some of the stenograph type of forums, but put it into the public domain, put it into the world of other people other than court reporters. So people are just looking at that machine and thinking about it and thinking about being a court reporter, or thinking the fact that that is a profession that's out there, that's possibility to become a court reporter.
Well, how easy is that one, Rosalie? You're not using it anymore. And, reporters and captioners should be embracing the newest technologies to help them write as fast and accurately as possible, which does mean upgrading from time to time to the latest and greatest machines and software. So it's definitely part of evolution and staying relevant. And I know that NCRA and there are other programs out there that would love to take those machines and make good use of them. So great tip.
All right. And then let's be creative a little bit, Jan. Let's say, you have an email address and you can put your name, Rosalie Kramm, but would it be fun or interesting and provocative to have perhaps a little steno machine or flying fingers with that signature line? Or perhaps you have a t-shirt that talks about court reporting. So when you go to the market, people look at you and the court reporting becomes a part of their mindset. And actually, when you tell someone you're a court reporter, typically they get very excited and they want to ask, how in the world do you do it? They are mesmerized by the idea of someone who can write down everyone's words. So if you could have just a couple of sentences that say, yes, I'm a court reporter. It's really great. I love it. It's the best profession ever. We need court reporters. So if you're interested, just go on the web and look for a school, or look for, type in court reporting as a profession and find out what hits you have. And if you actually know the person, give them your cell phone number, or you feel comfortable doing that. But be out there, be provocative, be creative, let the world know what you do, because people really are interested in what you do and they think it's fascinating and they think it's unbelievably wonderful.
It's about awareness, and this profession is so unique and interesting that if you put a conversation starter out there, I think you will be pleasantly surprised at how much conversation can be started around the profession. It's just we have to be proactive about it. And it's something we absolutely can do all year round for sure. Great point.
And then, of course, we have social media, and there are a lot of court reporting forums out there where people post, and maybe that's where you might want to say something that makes you a little mad, or you want to vent. But there's also an opportunity, I think, in the real world to showcase court reporting. And it's not just say, I'm a court reporter and it's really great, but to say why and how. Maybe take some photos of interesting spots if you're a deposition reporter, or some of the views out of the amazing buildings that you might be in, or put your pet at a machine, or act as a court reporter, something to create a conversation, to be fun, creative, but to show people that this is a profession that's alive and well, and then invite people to ask how they could become a court reporter, or someone in their life that might be interested.
Social media is such a powerful tool. We can talk to the world very easily. And I'm really glad that you made that very important clarification about being positive, because nothing can be more damaging to our profession or the efforts we're making to draw more people into the profession than, the negativity or putting interpersonal gripes out, into the airwaves. To quote Alexander the Great, I think this is so profound. I've met the enemy, and the enemy is I. It is we, it's us. We court reporters sometimes are our own greatest enemy in the fight to get more people to come into the profession, because, the general public, they don't understand the difference between an official or freelancer, or a freelancer who works for a large national company or one who works for a boutique company. I mean, how would they know that nuance? Or for that matter, what method of capture a court reporter is using? It's lost on the general public. So any broad sweeping negativity about court reporting, or this isn't working, or you're not good enough, I think it's so damaging. So said another way, negative negates the strides and momentums that we are creating so well with court reporting and captioning week. So please keep all your posts about a profession positive, and know the enemy. It isn't each other. It's not other court reporters helping us get our calendars covered during this severe time of shortage. It's really, to me, our own worst enemy is us, and putting negativity out into the air. Negativity is cancer, if you ask me. So keep it positive, friends. Rosie, what other ideas do you have up your sleeve for how we can keep a bright, positive light focused on a profession, not during just court reporting and captioning week, but all year round?
Well, Jan, as many people know, I like to talk. And so I find opportunities to chat to people on the soccer field, in the store, and because I'm curious about people. And inevitably, someone will ask me, well, what do you do? And I say, well, I'm a court reporter. And they're, what? Oh, I'm a court reporter. I take down people's words in court, or actually I do it in depositions. And then people say, well, what does that mean? I go, well, it's best profession on the planet. Basically, you take down everyone's words, you could travel around the world, and you make a lot of money, and there's a shortage. So we actually need more court reporters. So do you know anyone that might be interested? I just go boom, 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 boom with the conversation and invite people to contact me, or to think about it, or to think about someone they might know. And I've had 2 or 3, 4 people come to me afterwards, 2 weeks later, like on a soccer field, say, I have a friend's daughter who's really kind of lost, and she's thinking court reporting might be good for me. So then I put her to wherever she needs to go to get information about being a court reporter. And I've had an attorney call me one time and say, my daughter just graduated from college with a psychology degree, and she doesn't really know what to do, but I was thinking maybe court reporting would be good. So I said, please have her contact me. Let's talk. And so I think inviting the conversation and actually letting people know that there's a shortage, that there's a need, and that you don't need a college degree, and that you can make a lot of money. And if you choose, you can be in a courtroom setting all day and have very controlled hours, or you can be in a deposition setting and actually control your hours there too. Work a lot, work a little, go around the world. People are interested. And so just starting people's minds to start thinking of who they might know that might be a little lost and needs a profession, a fantastic profession. We might be able to help get rid of the shortage and actually save our profession.
It would be so easy to do if each one of us, again, it's that power exponentially. If each one of us made it a point, like anytime I'm out and about in a setting where I could ask the question, do you know anyone who's interested in a new career, or who is in discernment about a new career? I mean, we talk about you don't need a college degree, but in fact, if you have one, all the better. We all know that would serve you very well as a court reporter. It can be a second career. So yes, I mean, if everybody has that conversation, that is something we can all do every day of the year, to just look for ways to just throw that out there. And certainly, like, say you're sitting in a deposition suite waiting, and there's maybe one other person in the room. Attorneys know what court reporters do. It would be a great time to say, hey, we're really looking for more reporters. If you kids or cousins or friends, if you know anyone who might be interested, get in contact with me. I think you're right. We could put a serious dent in this big enemy of ours called a court reporting shortage if we all did that all year round.
Jan, I think just being excited about something draws energy. I mean, if I'm excited about being a court reporter, and I really am, I really love it, and I really do talk about it as the best thing on the planet. But if you use that excitement and you're honest about how wonderful court reporting has been for you in your life, and you talk to people pick up on that, and they're attracted to that. So I suggest go out there, be part of our army, talk about the best profession on the planet, and let other people have the opportunity to be a part of it, because I just can't say enough for what court reporting has done for me. It's been the very best profession I could have ever gotten into.
It's been so good to most of us, and there's no substitute for that genuine enthusiasm. As you say, you can hear it in your voice, Rosalie. I think it's so easy for all of us to have that come through. Well said. I thought maybe we should throw in a little plug for the A to Z program and Project STEMO as ways all of us could get out there and make a big difference, because these two programs have done an extraordinary job in ways we haven't seen for decades, of bringing new students into the profession who are really well suited for it.
Jan, some people are a little shy of going out to schools and talking and being out there because, maybe they don't want to talk as much as I like to talk. But the thing is that these two programs have been vetted, they're effective, they're powerful. So if you want to just give them some money to help them succeed, they create scholarships, or just ask if they need a steno machine or whatever it is. You can do something that might not be out there, but really powerful when it comes to evangelizing and helping getting people into the court reporting schools.
I think it would be something all of us could do. They'll happily take a check from any one of us. They make it very easy to donate and support them. And they're doing the heavy lifting, the really heavy lifting of finding those new students and bringing them in and letting them try it on for size and providing equipment and scholarships, all those things. They're doing such a great job. So it's proven to be, insanely powerful. And it's a great way that we can all make a big impact on the shortage. So I'm on board for that. I know you're on board for that. And I hope each one of you out there are on board as well. And maybe we'll take one or two of these ideas and run with them, not just in February, but all year round.
Go, 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 go. Come on, let's do it, man. Let's just change it all up. And let's let everyone in the world know how wonderful and how lucky we are to be court reporters.
All right. I love your enthusiasm, Rosalie. Well, that's a wrap on ways to keep on that loving feeling for court reporting and captioning alive and well, not just around Valentine's Day, but all year round. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And we'll see you next time.
Hey, Jan, we're off the record.
Depo Talk, Depo Talk. Another topic broken down on Depo Talk.